conditioning, we're talking about a process of learning in which the consequence of a behavior changes the probability of the behavior's occurrence. So, for example, you engage in some sort of behavior, and what occurs as a result of that behavior is going to change whether or not you're going to engage in those behaviors again. Are you going to engage in those behaviors more often or less often as a result of the consequences of that behavior? So a reinforcement is any outcome, it's a consequence that strengthens the probability of that behavior. So a reinforcement would increase the response. It would increase that behavior. So you engage in some sort of behavior, and the consequence that you receive makes you increase the amount of times that you will engage in those behaviors again. That's a reinforcement. A punishment, on the other hand, is any outcome, any consequence that weakens the probability that that behavior will occur. So it decreases the amount of times that you will engage in that behavior because of this punishment. So remember, reinforcement increases the likelihood that the behavior will occur again, whereas a punishment will decrease the probability that the behavior will occur. So now we have positive and negative. And positive and negative can be applied to both reinforcement and punishment. There's a positive and negative reinforcement, and there's positive and negative punishment. So when you're trying to figure out whether something is positive versus negative, I want you to think math. So in math, something positive has a plus sign, and a plus sign would indicate that something is being added. And it's the same thing in this situation. Something positive would be when a stimulus is being given. So the outcome is that you are being given something. Negative, think math again, negative would be a minus sign, and minus would be taking something away. So if something is negative, then a stimulus is being taken away. The outcome of the behavior is that something is being taken away from you. So let's put that all together. So let's say that I were to give you extra credit every time you showed up to my office hours. So you are going to be more likely to return to my office hours because the outcome of your coming to my office hours is that you are being given extra credit. So, because you're going to come to office hours more often, that means that it's increasing, it's strengthening the probability that you will be coming back to office hours, that you will be engaging in these behaviors again. So therefore, it's a reinforcement. Now remember, I'm giving you extra credit for this. So I'm giving you something, and that means that it's positive. So if I'm giving you extra credit, positive, for coming to office hours, and you're going to increase the amount of times that you come to office hours, then it's a reinforcement. So a positive reinforcement. So let's do positive punishment. So let's say that you have a pet cat who scratches on your furniture, and you want that cat to stop scratching on your furniture. So every time this cat scratches on your furniture, you spray her with water. And that decreases the amount of times that your cat will scratch on your furniture. Okay, so you're decreasing the amount of times that the cat is scratching on the furniture. You're decreasing that behavior. So therefore it's a punishment. And you're spraying the cat. You're giving a cat a stimulus. So therefore it's positive. So spraying your cat with water, which leads to the result of the cat not scratching on your furniture, would be a positive punishment. How about negative punishment? So with negative punishment, let's say that Your child is running around the house, and you want your child to stop running around the house. So you take a toy away from the child. So what are you doing here? You're taking something away from the child. You're taking away a stimulus. You're taking away their toy. Therefore, it's negative. And because the result is that the child is going to stop running around, it's decreasing the probability that the child is going to run around, it's a punishment. So you have a negative punishment. And then finally, another example. Your dad stops nagging you once you take out the trash. So you start taking out the trash more so that your dad's nagging decreases. So it's a reinforcement because it's increasing the probability that you're going to take out the trash. And it's negative because the nagging stops. The nagging is being taken away, so it's negative. So hopefully you now understand positive and negative reinforcement and punishment.
Are you finished?
Well, thank you. How thoughtful. Would you like a chocolate?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Oh, sorry, Sheldon. I almost sat in your spot.
Did you? I didn't notice. Have a chocolate.
Thank you.
You're here a lot now.
Oh, am I talking too much? I'm sorry. Zip.
Thank you. Chocolate?
Yes, please. Oh, hey, Kim. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Let me take this in the hall. You'll never guess who they got to replace you with.
Okay. I know what you're doing.
Really?
Yes. You're using chocolates as positive reinforcement for what you consider correct behavior.
Very good. Chocolate?
No, I don't want it. Sheldon, you can't train my girlfriend like a lab rat.
Actually, it turns out I can.
Well, you shouldn't.
There's just no pleasing you, is there, Leonard? You weren't happy with my previous approach to dealing with her, so I decided to employ operant conditioning techniques, building on the works of Thorndike and B.F. Skinner. Yet by this time next week, I believe I can have her jumping out of a pool, balancing a beach ball on her nose.
No, this has to stop now.
I'm not suggesting we really make her jump out of a pool. I thought the bazinga was implied. I'm just tweaking her personality, just sanding off the rough edges, if you will.
No, you're not sanding Penny.
Are you saying that I am forbidden from applying a harmless, scientifically valid protocol that will make our lives better?
Yes, you're forbidden.
Bad, Leonard.